Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our community call. I'm one of your hosts this evening, Robin Blank-Mascari, along with Gregory, and we have special guests tonight. And Pam, why don't you put your camera off until we introduce you? Thank you. I'm very excited about Dr. Pam. So we get together every Monday evening to celebrate community members, share success clues, give updates, future programs, all kinds of wonderful things. So we're going to jump in, and it is my pleasure to introduce the sponsor of our special guest tonight, Connie Lucas, who's going to introduce Dr. Pam. And this woman, I mean, when I met Dr. Pam, I instantly fell in love, and she's been working, and you're going to hear quite a story tonight that I think a lot of people can relate to. So I'm going to turn things over to our executive director, Connie Lucas.
Hi, everyone. I just need to say that I was absolutely honored when Dr. Pam trusted me enough to follow me into the business, because that's really what it's about, you know, the trust and the relationships. And we had collaborated at another company, and I was very thrilled that she trusted me enough to come on over. And what you need to know about Dr. Pamela Lewin is that she is a retired family practice MD. But she supports many humanitarian endeavors, both personally and financially. And when she closed up shop with a solo practice, she helped co-found a nonprofit wellness and neighborhood medical center. And she really is a servant leader. As she says, you know, she went from working and changing time for dollars to changing time for no dollars. And so, but she truly is a servant leader. Recently, Pam, if you want to turn on your camera and mic, when we were recently at an event together, which Pam came up to join Anne Moreau's group up in Maine for their events, and we had a wonderful time. And she had a quote that just really stuck with me. Pam, you said, "I go where I am celebrated, not tolerated." And it sticks with me every day that if we can think about that, what a change it can make for the way we look at things. What I want to start out with tonight, Pam, is that I want to start out with the fact that you've been around the network marketing industry for quite some time. How long has it been?
You know, Connie, it's been over 30 years. And
30
most
years.
of that time, I never went further than about half the conference plan.
You're a little, Pam, I can't hear you quite.
I was having fun.
Talk just a tiny bit louder for me, because I can't hear you quite.
Let me turn up my phone a little bit here. Maybe that's what I did.
I want them to catch everything you're saying.
Can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better now?
A little bit better. Yep. So just talk a little louder. So you've been around 3 decades around the industry, and you only had minimal success. When you joined Lifewave and you started working, what happened initially?
Initially with this business, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or with the others?
With this, what the others and this business, what happened?
Yeah, basically, I like products. I really was attracted to the products and the whole idea of network marketing, because I'm a people person. I'm very yellow in the color code by Taylor Hartman. And so I love relationships, and I love being around people, and I had a wonderful time just being a part of the team, going places with the team and using the products basically. And I still like the products in our company now. We'll talk more about that later. But I never did treat it like a business. It just seemed like I was having fun.
Right. And what changed or shifted for you that you were able, in fact, you've been manager now for over a month, and we just now get to celebrate you. So what shifted in you? What changed to help you start taking this more seriously, get to manager, and you're on your way to director?
Well, Connie, I can tell you, I was ready to be manager from way back. Robin can tell you that. I told her I was going to be manager by, what was it, her birthday? I think that was February. I was ready to be manager, but I was not prepared. So it was when I started to focus and see everybody else who came in around the same time you did is moving on. What about you? So I'm going to start preparing myself. And if you don't mind, I put an acronym together, and maybe we can discuss that during the course of this evening.
Yeah, please.
For the word prepared. P, professional, which means treat it like a business. That was the first thing I had to do. I had to make sure that I was doing all the things that we needed to do. I bought this book by Eric Worre, Go Pro, which means make yourself a network marketing professional. R, relationships. This, we talk about relationships, team building. I love to be around the team, but I was finding before that I was getting ahead, but my team was not coming with me. And so I had to start holding hands with my team and bringing them along. Robin always says, get them in, get them on, and get them through. I think something like that. So I now realize that it's not all about me, it's about my team and getting enough, helping enough people get where they want to go, and then I get to go where I want to go. E, education. The education in this business is phenomenal. We have so many good tools that we can educate ourselves with. We have the nitty-gritty website, nitty-gritty 101, nitty-gritty basics. We have the events, and I just love showing up at the events because you learn so much more in person than you do even on the Zooms. We have the Zooms, and we have lots of other references, videos about patching and things like that. So there's a lot we need to educate ourselves on. The next P is for promote. Promote the events, promote the Lifewave app on your phone, the mobile phone, and the patches. Then we get to A, which is activity. Many of us could do more. I know I could. I said, and remember you said to me, Connie, a silver is not necessarily a builder. And so I was putting in silvers, but they were not builders. And so I realized from what you said that I needed to do more activity. And then the next R is results. We're not doing activity just to be busy. We are doing the activity to get somewhere. So we want to get those results going. And this is what started to help me engage more people. And then after that is E, the energy. Energy is the currency of life. We're talking about life energy, helping our bodies to heal. We're also talking about the speed of the leader is the speed of the group. The energy of the leader is going into the group and the energy of the group. And then we're talking about D for duplicate. We have so many great tools. We need to use them. We can share, we can care, we can enroll. And if Eric Worre said, in network marketing, it doesn't matter what works, it only matters what duplicates. These are all things, and Robin, you'll be proud of me. She says, I'm proud of you already. I'm learning, I'm coming along, I'm taking my doctor hat off, I'm putting on my network marketing hat, and I'm getting there. So.
You know, Pam, what was so spectacular with you is I think a lot of people think that, oh, a doctor comes in and they'll just automatically do well, right? They're just, oh yeah, it's just going to be easy for them. And it's not, because Robin always talks about it's a different muscle. And I remember you and I having a conversation when I was down in Florida in April, and I said, tell me what you're doing. And you started talking about, well, I do this, and then I tell them this, and then I tell them that. And I stopped you and I said, okay, well, as a doctor, people came in and you would tell them what to do, and they always did it for the most part, right? They'd come in, you'd say, what's wrong? Okay. And you tell them what to do and they go on their way. And suddenly here you were telling everybody what to do and nobody was doing it. Nobody was listening. And so we had the conversation about asking. And do you want to talk a little bit about how you shifted to asking
Absolutely.
versus telling.
Yep. It's so important. And it helps not only with my prospects or with my team, but with my family. Because that was one of the things that threw them out of my business totally, went right up the front. Because I went to my sister and I said, look, you have this pain in your knee? Let me put a patch on it for you. And she said, no. She still says no, by the way, but I'm working on her now. I'm asking questions.
Well, Pam, you're not alone. I have the same, I've had the same issue as well. We had to learn to be curious. We had to learn to listen. We had to learn that it was about them, not what we wanted them to do. And so,
Absolutely.
are there any other key takeaways that you want to share that helped you make that shift from just hanging around the fire and enjoying the community to actually seriously building your business?
Well, you know, because of having been a high earner in the past, money was not that much of a motivator for me. But as you said in the beginning, I'm now working for no dollars. And so I see the necessity to have an income going forward because I use my retirement plan to start this new clinic that we went into. So, I mean, so far we've been doing fine, but I can see where I need to get more into what is going to build this. And basically, in terms of my team, the radio station, as Gregory likes to say, that we listen to is WIIFM. What's in it for me? So I'm finding out more from my team what is in it for them. I'm trying to be a good coach, take them from where they are, a valued person from where they are to where they want to be. Robin, yoo-hoo. And so,
I'm sitting here melting down. I'm very happy.
Yes, she's such a good student. She's such a good student. Well, thank you,
I heard it,
Pam.
but I didn't make it mine. And so now I have. And thank you both very much because I really appreciate what you have done with me and for me.
Oh man, it has been my pleasure. And again, I just am blessed that you trusted me and came to hang out with me in this whole journey that we're on. Robin, then give it back to you.
So thank you, Connie.
Wow.
Thank you, Dr. Pam. Oh my gosh, I'm melting down over here in case you can't tell. You know, it's not a straight line, and we all have our journeys. And you know, we call network marketing a personal development program with a compensation plan. And Dr. Pam offered great wisdom of her journey that I think a lot of us have been on. You know, that shift from telling to asking, and from taking off the hat and taking off the expert hat and putting on the networker's hat, where, you know, if you're talking, you're pointing to a tool. It's a big thing that Connie talked about. It's not so easy. You think it's going to be easy for a doctor. It's different. It's just different. And it is a new muscle. So I'm going to turn things over to Gregory to talk about our current manager bonus and manager maker, and then we'll continue on. Thanks, you guys. That was wonderful. Gregory, you're on mute.
Thank you, Dr. Pam. Thank you, Connie. So wonderful to be in life and in business with the both of you, and to be changing so many lives, you know, and we get paid to do it. Isn't it wonderful? So yeah, so I'm going to share my screen real quick. And if you got the newsletter, you saw this last week, just reminding you this week, we have a little special going right now. It's our October 50/50 manager and manager maker bonus. And starting last Monday, Kai Jacobson, our enroller, our upline senior presidential, one of our upline senior presidentials, we have a couple of them up there. We have a few of them actually, Dr. Nicholas, you know, Kai, and then we have David Jumper. But Kai, you know, provided a couple $1,000s that we could put together an incentive for our group. So the requirement is to become a manager for the first time sometime during this month of October, starting at October 10th, or the first 20 people to become a manager. We're going to pay the person who becomes a manager $50, and the person that helped them get there, which may or may not be their enroller, may or may not be their sponsor. So I want to encourage everybody to reach down. Manager is the engine pin of our compensation plan. And if you can get to manager, and if you can help other people get to manager, you can go anywhere in the plan you want. So that's why we celebrate you. Dr. Pam, and we've already got a few people that have earned their $50 50/50 bonus, and looking to, you know, have a wave of new managers over these next few weeks. So that's what I wanted to share. And then Robin, you know, maybe I'll move it forward and let you talk about our good Dr. Jeffrey, who you're going to be interviewing tomorrow evening.
Yes, everybody loves Dr. Jeffrey. Oh my goodness. And I found it really interesting that both Dr. Jeffrey and Dr. Pam were highlighted on the same call, because both of them do the same thing. They're really, really serving the underserved market with medical care. And it's so beautiful. And they both travel overseas to do volunteer work with their medical practice. And so it's really, really touching that we have them. So Dr. Jeff, tomorrow, this call is a great call for guests. We do an introduction, as you know, of the company, the technology, David Schmidt, and we have Dr. Jeff on, and then we open things up for our participants. So bring your stories, bring your questions. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
And we look forward to seeing you, Robin, so you can turn your camera on.
Oh, okay.
All right. So then coming up on Wednesday, we've got Lifewave Connect. And I'm not sure what's going to be covered on this Lifewave Connect this Wednesday. It's every other Wednesday. One time it's product, one time it's business. Robin, do you know what's happening with this Wednesday?
I don't. I bet someone in our chat knows. So we're going to leave it to you guys to let us know, and then we'll announce it to everybody. So whoever knows, you usually find out on the Lifewave Business Builders site.
Mhm.
So if anyone knows, write it in the chat.
Mhm.
Thank
Great.
you.
And then we move right on to Thursday, and Robin, Miss Quadrant 2 Time Manager, is going to, on our Thursday morning call, we're calling it 30 minutes of business training. Robin's going to talk about the whole concept of Quadrant 2 time management, which she taught, you know, for years when she was a certified trainer with Stephen Covey, and taught the 7 habits every weekend for, I don't know, what, 2.5 years, Robin, something like that. 4 years. That was only one.
Yeah. 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 Someday I'll get it, huh? Yeah. So that's on
Well, what is Quadrant 2?
What
You know,
is
just real
Quadrant?
briefly.
What
do you mean
Quadrant
by
2
quadrant?
is, you know, everyone has the same amount of time. It's the place where we get the greatest leverage. And our business is about leverage, and Quadrant 2 is about leverage, how you can get more for your bang in each moment of your time. So stay tuned. I know that so many of us have a challenge in how to manage our time, which is kind of a inaccurate statement, but it's our relationship with time. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, and you know, and we tend to let the urgent get in the way of the important, you know.
You're giving it away, honey.
All right.
Okay.
And then back to back, then Robin, you're doing another wonderful 30 minutes of wisdom with an old friend of yours and quite a exciting individual. You want to talk about this Friday's 30 minutes of wisdom?
This is a man that used to make me laugh so hard my stomach and my cheeks hurt. And they call him Robin Williams with an MBA. He's very funny, but he's extremely accomplished. His name is David Corbin, and he's going to talk about your brand, because we all are our own brand, and a lot of times we don't really pay attention to that. And he has a new book out that I was able to read and give a quote about that was quite fascinating. And so you're in for a treat with David Corbin, and be prepared. You might just laugh a little bit. Yeah.
Good for the soul. One of my teachers says, joy is the motor of life, and you should rev your engines regularly. So we're going to rev up our engine.
He'll do it.
Friday morning with David Corbin. And then we're jumping on a plane. I mean, we're getting off 30 minutes of wisdom and off to the airport and off to Arizona we go. We're very excited to be spending time together with our Arizona team and some of our, national team that are going to be flying in, along with Emily, our director of sales, and along with Lori, who's our new chief marketing officer, are going to be there with us in Scottsdale. So I don't know who you know in Arizona, but we're going to have a grand time. And we are going to broadcast on Zoom the Saturday event. So, and that'll be on the Live Younger Zoom channel, the same channel you're on here. But we're not going to broadcast from Prescott or Sedona, but we are doing a meeting there. We're doing 3 stem cell seminars in each of these locations. But on Saturday in Scottsdale, the stem cell seminar, which is our code word for, a Lifewave business meeting, but it's going to be a Lifewave product meeting. This is going to be about X39, Lifewave, and David Schmidt and the science. Okay. In the morning, we're going to do about an hour and a half. We're going to have Dr. Nicholas there, and we're really going to share a lot of exciting information about our products, a lot of wonderful testimonials. We're going to take a short break, invite people to come back for a doctor's panel in Scottsdale. And then after the doctor's panel, we're going to do about 2.5 hours of training. So for our business builders, people want to stick around and learn how to turn it into a business. We've got quite an impressive lineup of leaders and speakers that are going to help people to do that. So I just want to give everyone a nudge. I'm going to just share for a moment, I'm going to stop my screen and reshare my screen because I've got I thought I had it here.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for the flyer, but it left my desktop. So
maybe Dr. Pam will come.
Yeah, it could happen.
I love it that she shows up at events. That would be fun.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. Well, then that's it from me. And then Robin, I think you want to talk about Dr. Clarissa's 30-day sales boot camp, or Coach Clarissa. Got doctors on the brain.
We got a lot of doctors this weekend. Well, Coach Clarissa does an amazing sales boot camp. People's lives transform. I mean, she pretty much guarantees a major or significant increase in your business and your personal life too, whatever it is you're wanting to work. So note there is a date change. So instead of starting on Thursday night this week, we're going to start November 4th. And that was by her request, and it is $49. And normally it's $4.97. If you have someone else that wants to join, they get to pay $4.97 and you get to pay $49. And all the information to join. Gregory and I are both enrolled, and we're going to end our year really strong. And so we're going to start 2022 really strong. So we want to share with you. We're going to need some accountability buddies. So we invite you to check it out. Anyone who's been through our courses, I think Coach Clarissa has more directors in her team than anyone in our group, actually. And they've been through this training. There's a hint, everybody. Okay, over to you to talk about the conference, honey.
All right, we're going to wrap up by talking about the global convention and just events in general. Many times leaders are born at events, and it's just the energy there. We often say you only buy a one-way ticket because you're going to fly home on your own power. It's not far from true. And many times some really wonderful recruiting is done on the plane home because people are so on fire they can't stop talking about it. So it's going to be a couple of very inspirational days. If there's any way you can be there with us physically, please do that. And I know some people are concerned about safety and such, and we're going to do everything we can to make it safe. The company is. I know for me personally, I'm going to go off script a little bit and just tell you my own personal health story. I use a little bit of medicinal dose of ivermectin 2 or 3 times a week. I'm not vaxxed. I'm not going to be vaxxed. I haven't got COVID, even though Robin had it and we slept in the same bed and I didn't get it because I was using ivermectin. And so this is not an advertisement for ivermectin, but it's a wonderful product that's used many places in the world, not so much here in the US, but it has wonderful antiviral capabilities, along with vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc, and patches and everything else. So, David's taught us enough about boosting our immune system that I think we can all go and be safe together. It is going to be broadcast also. So if you can't physically be there with us, we'll weep a tear, but we'll share with you over the live stream. But it's going to be a fabulous event, and And I know that David is going to be releasing a lot of new test material, not materials, test results. He kind of hinted about that here recently. Robin and I heard a Q&A he did for a university, a quantum university interview he did about a week ago. And there's some really exciting new clinical studies that he's going to be releasing, plus our newest product. Everybody that comes is going to get that same product that Robin, you and I get to use every day, along with the other SPDs and the other winners of the spring sprint. So everybody that comes will go home with it. So that's pretty much it, I think, is a wrap.
One more thing, honey.
Okay, what is that?
Yes, we always got to do our good to know, but I want to talk a little bit about the conference because
Okay.
many of you were not there at the one that was in January of last year. And this company just does things right. I mean, they put on a good show and they're very generous. And I think you're going to be thrilled for those of you that are coming. We're excited to see anyone who can be there. And you know, if you're up for a hug, we're up for a hug. So it would just be so wonderful. And we're planning on getting some suites so we can hang out and, you know, visit after the events and get to know each other, and look forward to being with whoever is showing up. And I see Tom's going to be there, Pam's going to be there, Victoria and Jim are going to be there, Connie's going to be there. Who else? Right in the chat. And you know, we like to do good to knows. And the other day, a few of our directors, Kay and Anne Marie, were asking me for some information. And so I started searching around on the Lifewave YouTube channel, and I forgot how much amazing information. I mean, we will never run out of things to be inspired by with this company because there's so much out there. So the good to know, you can scroll down a little further, honey. The good to know is Lifewave has a YouTube channel and it's called Lifewave Health. That's their official channel. And you can go and click on playlists. You can click on Lifewave Connect and see all the connects in the past and whatever language you want to be in. But there's so much there, and I think you'll be really inspired. If anyone knows where the Melinda Connors talk is from the summer summit, we would love to share that with some people like Kay and Anne Marie. I couldn't find it, but maybe someone has a sneak copy of it somewhere. And like Gregory mentioned, David Schmidt was a speaker at Quantum University. They had a immersive online summit recently. And this is all for bachelor's, graduate students. They even have PhD programs in energy medicine. And David was a speaker on stem cells, and he did a Q&A. And we're going to try to get a copy of those talks to all of you because there is some great information. As always, listening to David, you always learn amazing things. So excited to be with everyone. And that's the good to know for this week. And everything else is our regular weekly information. So Gregory, you want to close it up?
Well, I think that's it. You know, that's all, folks, as the old saying goes. And but join us tomorrow. And I really encourage people to bring your guests to the Tuesday night calls. I know we see a lot of you. We love seeing all of our team members on there, our leaders and team members. But really, this is a wonderful place to bring a guest. If someone's watched a video, you've piqued their interest, you know, people need multiple exposures, and getting on a live call. There's nothing like a live event, and a live Zoom is as close to a physical event as you can get it without actually being in their living room together. So I just, you know, get your prospects, get your guests on tomorrow night's call.
Yeah. And I do see that Sharon has her hand up. Do you want to write in the chat, Sharon, what you're raising your hand about? And I see that Karen O'Neill's going to be there, and Barbara Lippencott's going to be there, and a lot of the rest of you too, I'm sure. So that's going to be wonderful. And I don't, let's see if she's writing in the chat. I don't see anything. And I think she took her hand down. Okay. Well, I think we got it handled for the night. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. Lots going on this week, a lot. And we're thrilled that we get to go to Arizona and be with so many of you and share the great news of Lifewave with whoever shows up in Arizona at our events.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Good night, everyone. Have a beautiful day.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
night, beautiful week.
And
Bye-bye.
congratulations, Pam, and thank you, Connie. Great job.
Thank you so much, Robin. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.